Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's makeup look is going to be on this soft cut crease using the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette. So if you want to see how I got it, just keep on watching. First we're going to prime our eyelids with the Evelyn Iona concealer. And I'm using a Luxie 211 brush on my fingers, and we're just going to pat it in. And I'm also going to set it with the RCMA No Color Powder using a Morphe E8 brush, so we have a nice smooth canvas to work with. Like I said, we're going to be using the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette. I'm super excited. I love her on YouTube. And the first color we're going to dip into is Press Pot, and that's going to be our first transition shade. And I'm using a Morphe E27 brush just to get that in our crease today. The next color I'm going to use is called Britches, and we're going to layer that right on top of Press Pot. It's a little bit deeper. It's kind of a light caramel color. It's not too deep, but it's just a little bit darker than Press Pot. So the next color we're going to use is Alabama, and I'm going to use a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm actually going to be a little bit more precise with this shade. It's kind of outlining the cut crease portion of it, and I'm just using one side of the brush, the top side of the brush, making sure I get it in the crease and above. The next color I'm going to use is Fried. It's like a mustard yellow color, and I'm going to use a Luxie 205 brush, and I'm actually going to layer that on top of the Alabama shade that we just used, and I'm going to soften up the look with this Fried color. So we're going to go back into that concealer pot, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid, kind of drawing out exactly where I want to place our lid color, and this is going to help the next shade stick onto the eyelid so that it doesn't budge. And we're going to use the color Laura Lee. It's almost like a duochrome. It looks a little peachy, and then it has like a pink and purple shift to it. So I'm going to just pat that all over on top of the concealer where we just placed it. Okay, and then I'm going to use the colors Britches and Fried with a Morphe E23 brush, and I'm just going to smooth out that crease to make sure the lid shade and the crease blend. And I'm going to deepen up the crease and cut it a little bit more using the color Whiskers on a Scone Smoky brush. It has a very small tip to it, and I'm very lightly adding a little bit of that Whiskers color into the crease just to kind of give it a little bit more definition. And then I'm going to blend Britches and Fried again one more time just to make sure that it's defined but it's still blended. We're going to use the Maybelline Black Gel Liner to draw our wing today, and I'm using a Sigma E06 brush to draw this wing. I am not gonna lie, wing liner is a little bit challenging for me. I'm still learning, I'm still practicing every single day. So if you ever get, I guess, discouraged drawing your wings in, just take a break and then try again tomorrow. And I promise you, I think after I edited all of this footage, I probably spent a solid, I don't know, 7 minutes drawing my wing and correcting it and redrawing it. So it just takes practice. Don't get discouraged. Stop, take a breath, and then try again. So of course, after you draw your wing, you want to fill it in, and I think my trouble was I was trying to get the tail to flick and it just wouldn't. It just kept getting thicker. So, you know, like I said, just always stop and try again. The lashes today are Koko Lashes in the style Flirty, and I applied that off camera. And we're gonna prime our face with the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. Just make sure you rub it in to where it gets a little bit tacky, and then you should be good to go. And then we're gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm using a Morphe E6 brush, and honestly, when I was applying it, I really didn't like the finish the brush was giving. It wasn't that it was cakey or streaky or anything, it just didn't look nice. So what happened was I ended up having to go back in with my beauty blender here in a second, but I did apply it all originally with this brush, and I just don't think it's dense enough. It looks like a very dense brush, but it's not, and I think that's the issue that I was having, that it wasn't dense enough. So I had to go back in with my beauty blender and kind of correct my the hollows of my cheeks because they were looking patchy or something. And we're gonna conceal and highlight with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Medium. And today I'm just doing under my eyes. I'm not doing any other highlighting anywhere else today. And we're gonna do a little bit of baking under the eyes just to make sure it's nice and sets. I don't want it to crease under there, which is why I like to bake it. And then we're going to set the rest of our face with the same RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm gonna use the Duo Fiber Face Brush by Real Techniques. Like I said, I don't really like a sticky base, so I like to make sure I set my face with powder before I add additional powders on top. And we're gonna bronze the face today with the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette, and we're just gonna use the shade Tan and Toffee just to warm up the face a little bit. And for our blush today, I'm using the Motto Co blush in the shade Peach Bellini. And I'm just gonna put that all over my cheeks, and I actually drag it up close to my hairline as well. But your preference on how you wanna wear your blush. And we're gonna highlight with the Ofra Cosmetics and Dupe That Girls. This is the shade You Do You. And it's a beautiful highlighter. The Dupe That Girls are, it's an Instagram profile, basically finding dupes for any brand out there. And I'm actually going to highlight my inner corners with this highlighter as well. Okay, for our brow bone, we're gonna go back into the Violet Voss Laura Lee palette, and we're gonna dip into the color Sugar and just dab some right underneath our eyebrows. And I believe this is the last time I actually used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I'm kind of sad about it because it ran out so fast. Now we're gonna do our lower lash line, and I'm gonna go into the color Alabama in Whiskers on my Crown C476 brush, and I'm just going to, I guess, lightly smoke out the lower lash line. And then I'm going to use a Scone small shadow brush and use a little bit of Fried and Birches just to kind of blend everything together. Okay, for our waterline, I'm using the Rimmel Scandal Eyes in the color Nude. It's a really creamy waterline eyeliner. And for the lips today, take a breath. We're gonna use Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Persimmon. It's super difficult. I definitely messed up a lot, so I had to finish off camera. And spray your face with Fix Plus to blend everything together, and that is the makeup look. So I really love this palette. It's super pigmented, it's beautiful. You can create so many looks with it. So if you like this video, leave me some comments in the comment section down below and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.